The port of Andera Station smelled of ozone and engine oil. Freight ships roared, vendors shouted, and no one looked twice at the tired farmer in worn boots carrying a crate of seeds. Jake Rourke, widower, age 39, was just here to trade for soil nutrients and get back to his little colony farm on New Arcadia. But then he saw her. At Dock 9, sitting alone beside a pile of cargo, was an alien woman, tall, broad-shouldered, wrapped in travel linen, eyes red from crying. Her skin shimmered faintly bronze under the station lights. Next to her lay a torn envelope stamped, Mail Order Bride Program. Return to sender. Jake stopped. You lost, ma'am. She flinched. No. Rejected. Her voice was low, melodic, but trembling. My sponsor saw me. Said I was too fat. Too inefficient. Jake's throat tightened. She looked nothing like the fragile stereotypes people imagined when they said bride from the stars. She looked strong, soft, real. He cleared his throat. You got somewhere to go? She shook her head. Back to the colony ship. They will recycle me to labor assignment. He set his seed crate down slowly. That's not happening. She blinked, confused. You do not know me. He smiled, sad, kind. Lady, I don't need to. No one deserves to be thrown away. And that was how a lonely farmer walked out of Dock 9 with a crate of seeds and a heart he didn't expect to start beating again. The shuttle to New Arcadia was quiet except for the hum of the engines. The woman sat across from Jake, hands folded tightly in her lap. He offered her a ration bar. Figured you might be hungry. She took it cautiously. My name is Talra, of the Thalen people. Jake, he said, nodding. Earthborn. Farmer. She tilted her head. You are not afraid to bring a stranger home. He chuckled softly. You think you're the first stranger to land on my doorstep? Try raising crops with three-legged goats and acid rain. Takes more than that to scare me. Her lips curved in a small smile, the first he'd seen. When they landed, she stared at the open plains in awe. Fields of gold under two suns, wind whispering across the grass. It is beautiful, she breathed. Lot of work, too, he said, handing her a pair of gloves. You wanted purpose, right? I could use a hand. She looked at the gloves, then at him, surprised. You trust me to work? I don't need a bride, he said gently. But I could sure use a partner. For a long time, she said nothing. Then she nodded slowly. Then we start tomorrow. And for the first time in years, Jake realized his farmhouse didn't feel so empty anymore. Weeks turned to months. The farm thrived like never before. Talra's strength was unmatched. She carried irrigation lines alone, lifted machines Jake couldn't budge, laughed when the windstorms howled. But it wasn't her power that changed the place, it was her care. She sang to the crops in her native tongue, claiming Thalen voices could soothe growing things. Jake wasn't sure if it was science or magic, but the harvest doubled. One night, as rain pattered on the tin roof, she found Jake staring at an old photograph, his late wife, smiling beside him. I should not have come here, Talra said quietly. She was slender, beautiful. I am not. Jake set the photo down, turning to her. Talra, she's gone. And you don't need to compare yourself to ghosts. Talra blinked, eyes shimmering gold. My people measure worth by perfection. I was born large. No one ever said I was enough. Jake stepped closer, his voice low. Then hear it now. You are. Silence fell between them, warm and fragile. Outside, the crops swayed in rhythm with the rain. That night, for the first time in years, Jake dreamed of laughter instead of loss. The peace didn't last. A month later, a shuttle landed unannounced. Two men in corporate armor stepped out, flashing insignias of Novagene Holdings, the company that had arranged the mail-order bride program. We're here for the Thalen female, one said coldly. Return of property. She's an unregistered genetic prototype. Jake's blood ran cold. She's no one's property. Talra stepped forward, trembling. It's true, she said softly. I was grown from royal Thaylen DNA, a prototype for hybrid fertility experiments. My sponsor rejected me because they feared exposure. The guards reached for her. Jake moved faster. The old shotgun he kept for predators roared once, scattering dirt at their boots. She's under my roof. That means she's under my protection. They retreated, promising consequences. Later that night, Talra sat by the window, tears glistening. You should have let them take me. Jake sighed. And live with myself knowing I stood by while someone called you property? Not a chance. She looked at him long and hard. You risked everything. He smiled. Yeah, well, you risked trusting me first. Months later, the colony buzzed with rumors. Nova Gene had been shut down. Whistleblowers exposed their crimes. Genetic slavery, royal theft, illegal breeding programs. Talra worked the fields beside Jake, sunlight glinting off her bronze skin. The wind carried her laughter through the golden rose. When the season's first sprouts bloomed, she turned to him. You planted these, she said. He shook his head. We planted them. She smiled. My people say seeds only grow when the soil welcomes them. You welcomed me. He reached out, brushing a strand of hair from her face. Guess that makes us both a little more alive. That evening, as two suns sank behind the hills, the farmer and the woman no one wanted stood hand in hand. Two survivors who had learned that love wasn't born of perfection, but kindness. And when the first harvest moon rose, the fields shone brighter than any star.